filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Diffuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built the win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I built the win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Yes, sir. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. As y'all been watching the NBA playoffs, been crazy. I know we had an NFL draft. We would have addressed that on a different time of day, but you can check out CTC. You know, he did the whole first round of the draft and the second round. So make sure y'all go do that. But like I said, the NBA playoffs been booming. I mean, today we got to talk about 4 different series. First, we got to talk about the Orlando Magic takes a 2-1 series lead over the number 1 seed Detroit Pistons. Tomo, is it what I say? Is it over? You know, is the Magic got full control? Can the Pistons are they going to win the series? We're going to talk about it. We got to talk about the Celtics 3-1ing the Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid's return. Was Joel Embiid the problem in Philly? We got to talk about that. LA had a chance to get a sweep, but the Rockets, in the words of Mutombo, no. They got the dub. Can they make history and make a 0-3 comeback? And lastly, I mean, people say he's the best in the league. Jokic down 3-1. Now, Anthony Edwards is hurt also, but are the Nuggets done? But Davey Dollar's not here right now. He had an episode early on Dave's Doghouse at 12 noon. Make sure y'all go check that episode out. But I got my other bro with me, my bro, Mr. Get Done Son Tomo, co-host of In the Red Corner. They just dropped the episode last night, so make sure y'all go check that out. My brother, my lottery brother, how you doing?
Hey, man, the lottery bros, man, we booming right now. You know, the draft is over, so like I said, we'll touch on that topic just a little bit later. I'm feeling good, you know, outside of my 3-day of high that I had when the Cowboys had one of the best drafts in NFL history. You know, I just had to put a little spice on it. You come to find out they still talking about this George Pickens stuff. It's like, man, can I have a week? Let's just have a week. I just need 1 week. But outside of that, man, these NBA playoffs have been keeping me distracted. I said it in the chat, Joe. I was wrong about the Raptors series, and I'm not mad. We gonna talk about it next up. I'm wrong about the Magic, but I'm not mad. Like, the entertainment is there. I'm wrong about the Nuggets, and I'm still not mad. The entertainment in this first round is crazy, Joe.
Crazy.
Hopefully, it can keep building, and I hope it's not like one of those first rounds and then everything else is just all sweeps. But other than that, how you?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm ready to talk about these playoff games. Like you said, Jokic went crazy, so we need to go crazy on these segments, man. But look, man, we are streaming this on 4 different platforms. But before I get to that, Tomo, I mean, they not here, but you can kind of take it over and I'll bring it back. So go ahead, Tomo.
I mean, like you said, it's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Orlando is doing their thing.
Ooh.
I'm not. The Nuggets, I don't know, man. Maybe they need to do this in the locker room.
Turn me up.
I mean, Jokic turned up on the court when the game was over. That's what he did.
At the wrong time.
At the wrong time. He was heated. Shout out to Mike Conley for apologizing. I thought it was a funny apology. But we are streaming this on 4 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch. So make sure you like the video on whatever platform you're watching this on. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us almost everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X and Twitch at R2L Sports. And share this episode with somebody so they can come on and watch this show live with you, because you could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Appreciate you, Mrs. Quinn. Hello to you too. All right, we're doing great. We're blessed and highly favored. We still here to talk sports. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
So when this first started, Joe, we did a Saturday episode, early episode. You know, a lot of people came on. A lot of the predictions were there. Orlando, they said, you know what, man, they just not trying to make this a series, but they trying to flip the whole Eastern Conference upside down. Because if they could take out the 1 seed, then I might just have to steal this one from Say. Because you go to Orlando for fun. And that's what they did with the 2 games. I mean, with this last game. And then they stole one in Detroit. So you know what that means. They went to Detroit for none. I'm just saying what Tay said. But right now, it's not looking too good for the Detroit Pistons being the 1 seed, now down to the Magic 2-1 in this series. And Joe, let me ask you this:
Okay,
will they play this song to upset the Pistons?
Magic, Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic.
All right, we having too much fun. Man. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a nice little tune, man. I did that one for you, RBO Vaughn, so make sure you tap in.
Okay,
so what they gonna be? Yeah. Is it gonna be the upset? Is they gonna be playing this?
Now look, I picked Detroit to win, and Javon came in the chat. Shout out to him, and he tagged me and AJ, and he said, "I'm finally watching the preview of our series on Unfazed. I can't wait till the next episode and put the eyes." Now, I got to send an apology to the Orlando Magic. I went back and watched it myself, and I was surprised at what I said, Tomo. Came on in and said that Detroit going to win this easily. I'm not going to say it's going to be a sweep, maybe 5. But it's going to be some tough games in there, but I can see a couple of blowouts. You know, I talked about the turmoil Orlando Magic had coming to the series, but I must admit, I said this on the Saturday episode, that you take away the 2 best players, the teams that evenly matched. And then remember, Tay was like, they ain't got no Desmond Bain. You know, like, remember he said that? He said, we got the better team. And I was like, you know what? No, I think about it. I actually got a better team. You take away Caden, but I still went with Detroit. But I'm going to still go with Detroit to win this series. Now, here's the problem with Detroit. I'm going to read you this stat line. 10 from 24. Now, look, if I tell you this, Tomo, if somebody did this in the game, right? Somebody backstage or something?
No. Just quick news, because we always quick to drop some news here. It's just been announced that Cooper Flag won Rookie of the Year. I know you was gonna like that because I already know.
No, not something I was right about. You know, I mean, thank you Tomo for that. Shout out to Griffey. Shout out to my boy Carl. I try to tell you. I told you. Shout out to Ice Cube on Friday. But look, though, if I told you this, Tomo, all right, in one game, somebody went 10 for 24 from the field, right? 10 for 24 from the field. Hold on, where the points at? 10 for 24 from the field, 27 points. What would you say?
Well, I would say that team struggled, but it depends on the player too. Like, is it
27 points, 10 for 24 from the field? That's like.
Oh, you said 27. My mic went out. I thought you said 7 points. I'm like, hold on, how did that even happen? But all right.
27 points, right? 7-11 from the free throw line. And what's the name? 10 and 24. But that's what Jaden Durant is doing for the whole series, bro. That's a 1-game person stat. That's what he's doing for the whole series. I mean, he's shooting what? 41% for the field as a big, averaging 9 points a game. He's missing this whole series. Now, Flag went nuclear after our show, and Con dropped the shout out. Yeah, not facts. All right. But But yeah, so the issue with the Detroit Pistons is the help. Now, don't get me wrong, Tobias Harris been doing this thing, right? And let me start over, Tom. Sorry. The first game, Orlando came out hot and they just kept the lead the whole game. Like Detroit could
Mhm.
not take the lead. Detroit would get close, then Orlando would stretch it back. But the way they started that game, you know, they got in a good space where Detroit couldn't come back. They didn't blow them out, but they kept that difference. And now, shout out to Jalen Suggs for setting that tone. Game 2, it was a back and forth, and then the third quarter, Detroit put them hands on them, and then they just got blown out. Then you go back to this game, it's kind of the same thing. The third quarter comes, and then Orlando starts making a run. Detroit would come back. Orlando make another run, and then in the fourth quarter, Orlando makes another run, and then Cade just made it 3, and then he realized, oh, I can shoot again, and he just started going on his own run, and then it became a game, but they couldn't execute at the end of the game. So although Orlando was up 2-1, I still going with Detroit to win the series. Now this might go 7. Most likely it will go 7, but I'm gonna stick with Detroit to win the series.
All right, so you said in 5, right? You picked them in 5.
I said in 5, and it won't be close.
Yeah, I picked. It's funny because it was before Tay got on, and I think you was talking about it backstage. I was gonna go 5, and I said, you know what? Wait, I'm tripping. Orlando does have another player over there that's gonna ball out. I don't know who it's gonna be at that time, but when he step up, it could either be Franz or it could be Bane. But again, Detroit not having the help, I was like, they're gonna steal one more game. So I picked the Pistons in 6 because again, you become the 1 seed. You've been here before. Of course, what did they say about a playoff series? It doesn't really start till the first team steals one. Orlando stole one, and then they went back home. So it's like you got to win that game because if you don't win that first game back home, then they're like, well, technically that was just a fluke, and now we can run it up.
True.
Orlando's coaching with the adjustments also has changed the vision of this series a little bit too. Because like you said, Desmond Bane stepped up, but that last game, Franz out there calling ISOs. You know you feeling good when Franz just like, I'm gonna call an ISO and then I'm gonna just pull. And then if I miss, Paulo might get a ball off a turnover, come down, shoot the 3, and then it just bounces, and then it bounces in and the crowd goes crazy. It's just so many magical things that can happen, right? When you at home, and that's just what it's gonna be. But also, I want to say this to Carl. My bad. You know, when you was on here talking about the Cavs and how the Cavs saying they not scared of Detroit. Technically, they need to be scared of the Raptors, but we'll talk about that another time. I want to say my bad because I was ignoring the fact that Cade actually does need that extra help. Now, when Tay was on here talking about Duncan Robinson going off, I get where he was coming from, but Duncan Robinson not going to step up the same way Desmond Bane has stepped up. You know what I mean? But I also was thinking about just that moment when Cade was out, how all of those players stepped up in the moments. I'm like, they had their good little 3 to 4 weeks, almost to a month, where it's like no Cade. This is what we can do. So when Cade comes back, boom, now we could just steamroll teams once we get to the playoffs. Paolo was accepting the challenge also, Joe. Remember I said this would be his moment because Cade propelled after he kind of came down a little bit. So now Paolo's stepping up. It's a good series. I'm not mad at it. I'm kind of glad this one happened. I know I wanted to see them in the Hornets, but that's more so because of the offensive side. But this one is more of a challenge for the Pistons, and I think the Hornets would have been. I'm still rolling with the Pistons in 6, but sheesh, man. Sheesh. What did it say right here? The Magic are averaging 115 per game, which is 6.1 more than Detroit usually allows. That right there says there's just something happening. And I think if Detroit turns it back on, they'll get the series back in their hands and they'll be good.
It's crazy because this is probably the best series. This in Atlanta. I think the Atlanta series is pretty good too. Atlanta and New York. I think that series is going kind of back and forth. But hindsight is 2020. That's what they say, right? And when you look at the series, think about Orlando Magic's perspective. They were lined up to play the Celtics, right? And then they lost in the play-in, and then they fell into Detroit's lap. Now think about this. They could have either played New York, Cavs, Boston, or Detroit. If they're going to play one of those 4 people, Detroit is the youngest out of all 4 teams, the least
True.
experienced out of all 4 teams, and the least talented out of all 4 teams. Plus, remember, they won 7 games in their first rodeo in the playoffs with the Cavs, who are not scared of the Pistons, who talk down on the Pistons. So Orlando probably looking like, man, we ain't scared of y'all either. And that's how they approach this whole series. You know, like I know the coach mentioned that like they feel like they match up well with them. They're like us, basically. Like they play the same type of style we play. And on the other side with Detroit, like you said, Tomo, this is actually good for Detroit. Detroit, if you are a Detroit fan, I know you probably worry because you might lose a series. But if you're going to lose this series, you weren't going to win a championship. So
True.
you weren't going to the finals. So my thing is, if you're going to play the Cavs next, you would rather play Orlando first versus the Hornets. The Hornets not going to prepare you to play the Cavs. But Orlando Magic will definitely prepare you to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I think if I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, I'm looking like, yo, if we lose the series, we're just not good enough. But if we win, good, because we can be ready for the Cavaliers. Now, and I'll be more confident. So we'll see what happens. They play tonight.
And also to add to that, I know we want to move on to the next game. To add to that, I think Paolo said that in his post game, right? He was like about not being scared of those guys. Like, we got to see them too. Like, basically, the confidence is there now. Like, they got the confidence to go one more game, then probably go back to Detroit and try to close it out. So again, make the adjustments. We're gonna see what happens. JB, gotta make some shape.
It's a must win tonight.
Yeah.
Must win.
Man, they don't win this one, man. HOA, man. Oh, I'm here for you, bro. I'm here. But let's move on to the next one, man. Is it really one of those things where we gotta ask about Philly and playoff games? Like, is it really a thing? You know, I had to take my NFL shot. You know, they say Smitty was at the game, so last time he was in a playoff game, 4 verts. You could do 4 verts in basketball. I'm just saying. But Joel Embiid came back, but Boston and Peyton Pritchard had a different idea for the way this game was gonna go, man. It was clear that one superstar does not fix what's broken. You get what I'm saying? And with this one, the question is, was Joel Embiid the problem in game 4? And Joe, I mean, in some psychological way, you could probably say yes. But when you tell me Peyton Pritchard gonna give you 30 plus and look almost automatic every time you touch the ball, and then you already know the announcer's just sitting there saying, is he gonna do it again? You already know the buzzer beater. They call him buzzer beater Peyton at this point. And he just does it. It's like, man, I think Embiid getting plugged back into the lineup kind of did throw some things off just a little bit. But Boston, again, is one of those teams, championship DNA. So it doesn't matter who they were going to bring back in this moment. They were going to find a way to win. And also Jason Tatum did his thing. Then you got Brown showing up. But again, when you got role players like Peyton Pritchard that can step up and get you 30, I don't think there's nothing anybody on the 76ers could have did in that game. So in some psychological way, you can say by Embiid coming back, it probably threw off some rhythm, but Peyton Pritchard was just on. I think he was the problem for the 76ers in game 4. Joe?
Yeah, like my only problem, I don't think he was the problem. So I think what happened was this. Number one, what I blame Joel Embiid is this. I get it. Joel Embiid want to come back and score 30 and be him, right? But y'all gave up 14 offensive rebounds. It was like a few possessions in the second quarter alone. They gave up 3 offensive rebounds in one possession multiple times. Like, it was one time they gave up like 5. Like, we talking about brick. Like, you lucky they missed all them shots. Tatum shot at 3, brick. Derek White shot at 3, brick. Peyton Pritchard shot 2 of them, I think, brick. How high he was. And they got the offensive rebound every single time. And then it ended up going out of bounds. I'm like, dog, on Philly. So in that point, that's when I'm like, Joel Embiid, yo, just get the rebound, bro. You're the biggest dude out there. Box out and get the freaking rebound. That's number one. Number 2, what happened offensively, I thought that Joel Embiid being back would bring more energy to the team, but apparently it did not. Like, they were just standing around waiting for Embiid to do stuff. And I'm like, am I going to really blame Embiid for that? You know, like Maxey got the ball, he touched the ball plenty of times, and he would try to make a move and pass it out. You know, VJ got the ball plenty of times, pass it out. Oh, VJ was off. When you look at the 3-point percentages, that was terrible. I mean, VJ was 0 for 4 from 3. I mean, you blaming Embiid for that, right? Kelly Oubre was 0 for 2, should have took more. He took 2 threes in the first quarter and he took a 3 cents. 0 from 6 from the field, missing layups and everything. Like, they were missing everything, Tombo. I did not going to put down on Embiid. I hear people saying, like, he slowed the game down. I don't think so. Like, they just couldn't make a shot. PG played pretty good, but he, the game got out of hand. Nothing else happened after that. But when he had his opportunities, he did make the most out of it. And Embiid played well too. So, but I think Maxey was too, like in the first quarter, I think he only took 2 or 3 shots. Maxey was too conservative in the first quarter. Like, they got it. Like, I get it when the B's on the game, you got VJ, Maxey, run up and down the court, but you can still do that with Embiid in the game. So I thought that the Celtics just wanted it more that game. The Celtics were hitting shots, and the Sixers weren't. You know, you look at, like you said, Peyton Pritchard. Tatum had 30, 5 from 10 from 3. Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown had 3 for 7 from 3. Derek White was on the streak of missing threes. Shot 50%, 2 for 4. And then you got 6 from 12, his playoff career high. He shot 12 threes, made 6. Peyton Pritchard. Like, even they're going, Wash hit a freaking 3, man. Like it was like one instant when it was a Peyton Pritchard, it was a Pritchard and Wash show. Literally, Wash got like 2 offensive rebounds. He made a good assist and hit a momentum 3 to call timeout. I'm like, they are just playing. They wanted more right now. They got all the momentum and they are feeding off the momentum, and the Sixers can't grab it from them. So I am not about to blame Embiid for that. I don't know that's just a morale thing that happened in that game, because that wasn't the Sixers I saw. Although they couldn't make a shot game 1, they still showed some toughness. This game they didn't. So I'm not gonna put that on Embiid.
Yeah, no. I'm with you on that one. And again, a team scored 24, made threes. Again, this is what Boston does though. Like, they live and die by the 3. So when the threes is falling, it's just like sometimes you got to weather the storm. And this is just one of those games where the weather was too much for their umbrella. So I'm not mad at. I can't blame this one on Embiid. But also, I want to say this too, Joe, is people forget that athletes are humans, right?
Mhm.
Like, they be on social media, they watch these games too. You don't think Boston looking around the East landscape and saying, "Oh, they struggle with the Raptors." So the Knicks won play. Oh, Detroit playing too. Oh, we can get back to the finals if we get this thing done early. They trying to close this out.
Nah, for real.
They to be a Celtics fan, man.
Nah, for real. You a Celtics fan, you looking around the East, you like, yeah, like,
you doing what KD did to Ayton. Like, of all people.
I know, you're not even playing.
And for those that are just tuned in, Boston is up 3-1 in this series. Just for those who just tuning in. Now, while we waving by, because we waving by to the East Coast, we going down to Houston, where this could have been a sweep. You had a feeling that if LeBron had an off night, that that the Rockets could probably show some life, and they did that. They did just that. The Rockets are still down bad in this series, Joe.
Yeah.
Game 4 gave them just a little bit of hope. With that, can the Rockets make history?
Now, Tomo, I don't know if you remember this. I think you do remember this. Dave was a Miami Heat fan, and they were playing the Celtics, and they went up 3-0 on the Celtics. And I came on, and I said, if there's any team that can break this streak and come back from 0-3, it's this team against this team, because the Celtics are just better than the Miami Heat. They were losing because of self-inflicted wounds.
Yep.
Now, I don't know what KD's status is, but if KD comes back, Tomo, they have a chance to come back and win the series. Now, am I going to pick them? No, because I originally, just like you, picked the Lakers. So I don't want nobody sit here, jump on the bandwagon like, oh, the Lakers this. And look, they beat them without KD too. I just didn't trust the offense. But one thing that Houston is great at, and they did it. I don't know if you saw it, Tom. That's why I'm glad we got the chats because it's receipts. You know, we're not just talking after the game. The game started and they got a turnover and scored. And I came in the chat and said, this is how Houston can win this game. Points off turnovers. Their offense is not that great, but points off turnovers, they scored 30 points off turnovers in game 4. 30. So they are a scrappy team, a good defensive team. And now what they needed is that one win. They got that one win, Tomo, and now the confidence is there now. Like, okay, but obviously they're going to have to win that one game in LA. So if they win at LA, Tomo, and attendance got to be up. It got to be up because they can win this series still. But I'm gonna stay roll with the Lakers, man. That's we talking about history, and to be honest with you, the end it out of all teams in history, it's gonna be this team against LeBron James. Come on now, like
that would be funny.
That would be crazy. I don't think LeBron would let that happen. But if KD comes back, they can win this series because they are just better than the Lakers, bro. They are better than the Lakers.
Joe, you said it though, and I don't know if you seen the highlight going around. LeBron called it. He was like, the turnovers is what did it.
Yeah,
you know, and I think he probably had a flashback to when he was in Cleveland. Like I remember when I picked this series, I say it's just like a Cleveland series again. It's gonna be LeBron and the band of brothers, and we just got to make this thing happen until Luka show up, and then Reeves is back, and then in one bad night. This is what's gonna happen if LeBron is off. The rest of the team, like, what y'all want me to do? Like, he was the locomotive. Like, when he turning the ball over, then we gonna look bad. 30 points. I don't think that's gonna happen again in LA. I don't think it's gonna happen. They're not gonna get 30 points. I can't. I'm not gonna say that because then I come on here and I'm like, but you said, you know what? I'm down the hill. I don't think the Rockets are gonna get 30 points off of turnovers going back to LA. Given LeBron the fact that he's gonna watch the film, JJ's gonna sit back and watch the film. I don't think the Rockets are coming back in this one, Joe. I did pick it to go 7, and that's because I thought Kevin Durant was going to be playing in the series, and I thought it was going to be a back and forth chess match. Right now, it's more so just if I'm off that, if LeBron tied that night, then y'all can still win, and that's what happened. Now, I'm not mad that I'm not saying that the Rockets don't have a little bit of confidence, but also what's his name, Udoka. You sound more confident too in their defense because again, they're supposed to be a defensive team, right? So if you can force the Lakers into that again, then they might have a chance. But I don't see it happening, Joe. I think the Lakers did this on purpose. They want to close it out at home because they need the rest. Because who do they play next?
OKC sweet. I'm not gonna say sweet.
I'm just saying though. So yeah, they need the rest. And LeBron is looking at that like, nah, we get this over quick. Now we got some time. But then again, the Suns might be going home too. So I don't know how much time you got, bro.
They going home for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like if you'd have got the dub, you still probably had to play right away because OKC about to sweep that point. But here's the thing right here, Tombo. If I'm a Houston fan, I'm like, can we keep this up? Because the turnovers help. The Lakers shot better from the field. They shot 50%. The Rockets shot 40%. But the Lakers shot 22% from 3, and the Rockets shot 40%, bro. Like. Are they gonna shoot 40% again from 3? I don't know, man. But the defense though, and shout out to Thompson because he was hitting that midi. If he can get that midi man going, I'm telling you, man, he could be such a dangerous player because he's so quick. But
they need some form of a guard. Like, I don't know. I probably would have called Chris Paul. I'd have called somebody because that right there is.
He said you're a former Rocket.
I'm just saying somebody just because Fred is not here. So it's just like you need somebody to help you get over that hump. And Thompson with a veteran point guard, I'm with you. I probably have been with you, Joe. It probably have been 2-2. Because it's like somebody got to bring out the best of them when KD's not there.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. He showed some good point guard ability game 4. I would say that. He can develop into a playmaker. I think he could. He has so much potential because he's so quick, strong, fast. He got leaping abilities that ridiculous. He got all the athleticism. He could finish in the basket, but he just need to work on that jump shot. And his court vision was pretty good. He drove to the basket a few times and dished it out for some assists. I'm trying to think. How many assists he had against them? Oh, we got
Go ahead. Why you got the assist? Shout out to our brother Dave. You know,
Let's go.
remember for 29 months to say I think the Rockets are cooked, which is why they're in the doghouse. Yeah, right. And make sure y'all check out that episode Dave dropped
Yes,
earlier.
sir. Yes, sir. He has 7 assists, team high yesterday. So he was throwing some dimes, you know. So,
And
but 03.
It's tough. It's tough. Now, if KD just magically pop back up and you know you can give him 40, we might have something. But I don't know how to, like you said, I don't know the status. And I want to throw one thing out on Ed because you brought it from the chat. I want to give J-Mo his props because he said something about the Thompson twins, and you brought it up too. Like they're just natural leaping ability, bro. They just like they got springs in their legs. They just jump for no reason. It's like, bruh.
Man, it was one play when somebody threw an alley. He just jumped up and grabbed it and came back down and laid it out. I was like, dang,
Bruh.
Like
to be young again.
Yeah, but I'm telling you now, Dave, if the Rockets win in Game 5, the pressure started going to LA. That game, I'm telling you, bro, they go back to Houston on Game 6. Woo! And Dave, don't forget, Tatum got hurt on that first play in Game 7. So if he never got hurt, who was to say?
I think Miami got their number.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Hold on, did they play a year after that? I don't think they did.
I think so, right?
They did. They probably did.
I think so. I think their rivalry kind of matches the next matchup we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, for real. Nah, for real.
Like this one here, Joe.
It does, Tom.
What I say, man, I want to pick with my heart, but my head say go with the Nuggets. They not scared of them.
They not.
McDaniels came out and said, look, man, they don't play no defense. Just go right at them. It's like, what? And what did he do the next game? Proceeded to go right at him. Joker did the same thing at McDaniels, but it was a little bit late in the game. He went right at him. Is this the question would be, are the Nuggets done? But some would say they're not officially done. Minnesota got them looking 1 or 2 bad quarters away from us saying, you're done, son. Joe, this your boy. It's not like you not putting up good number. Joker. You know, MVP. He was. I mean, SGA came and stole your heart. MVP wise, but I'm telling y'all, every time it's time to talk about NBA MVP, I'm like, look, I already know what Joe about to do. Just back up. And then your boy end up winning. Like, he always give you something to back it up with. But after losing DiVincenzo early in the game, I think he tore his Achilles. And then later on in the game, Edwards goes down. You kind of look at the score and be like, well, Denver, you got to take that.
Yeah.
I mean, DiVincenzo was killing y'all from 3 in one game. And then you got, of course, Ant gonna be Ant. So that's just one of their best players. So you gotta win this game. And then the Chicago Bulls want to say, Ayo, go do your thing, Ayo. And Ayo been doing his thing. 43 points. I was like, sometimes you gotta get an ex-Wizard. You might need an ex-Bull on your team, and you might shock the world. Up 3-1. Joker, like I said, his numbers haven't been bad. It's just something about the mental edge that who is this guy? What Rudy is this? Is this the Rudy from the football movie? Because we've never seen Rudy do this. Rudy is out here balling. Let me not say too much before he go out there and turn into his regular self again, and the Timberwolves fans come find me. But
okay.
I think I think the Nuggets take one more game, but it might be over, Joe. It might be over.
So I was on Twitter. I wish I had a picture. I saw a picture when they had Jokic with the down 3-1 with the shades and the headphones like LeBron. Jokic picture. But here's the thing though, Anthony Edwards is hurt. And they say he's gonna miss some time. So that changes a lot of things, Tomo. DiVincenzo was out for the season. Praise to him. You know, him and his injury. Achilles, right? It was Achilles tear.
Yeah,
I think
let
it's
me
Achilles
confirm
heel.
it, but I think it gotta be because he
It was
grabbed.
a non,
That's exactly what he grabbed.
it was a non-contact injury, and it's crazy. Jokic in the last 3 games, 8 from 22, 0 from 3, 0 from 3 from the 3-point line, 7 for 26, 2 for 10 from the 3-point line, 8 from 20 from the field, 1 from 7 from the 3-point line. In the last 3 games, he is 3 from 20 from the 3-point range. So he's taking a lot of threes, you know what I mean? He's struggling down low, so he like, it's a better shot than Rudy Gobert is doing a great job with him. I gotta give my boy AJ some props. AJ 2K, you know, AJ Burrs, timeout for a timeout, co-host on Unfazed. He came on and he picked the Timberwolves, and obviously gonna pick him because you know he a Timberwolves guy, but his logic behind everything made sense. Like he kept saying, "Yo, I really think the Nuggets, like they don't like each other." But I don't think the Nuggets think they better than the Timberwolves. But I know the Timberwolves think they better than them. Like that's what he said, right? He said as a team, he felt like they know they don't like each other, but the Timberwolves know they're better. Like, they know, like we ain't scared of y'all, and you can see it. And Jaden McDaniels, he don't get me wrong, Aaron Gordon didn't play after he made those comments, but he did play the last game, right? So, but he came out and said nobody plays defense. You go out everybody, and then proceed to go there and win again. That's crazy. They won 3 straight, Tombo. So, but is it over? I'm gonna say no because Anthony Edwards is injured. He's hurt. You know, and Shaq, give Rudy Gobert some props, bro. Did you see how
Yeah,
that was?
man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
I ain't like that. Like, come on, bro. Like, he's like a straight hater right there. No, you just missing shots, bro. Come on, watch the film, bro. like he's not.
You know,
like,
Joker, that's his guy. So I you still got to be real, but I see why he doing that.
Come on, man. He just missing shots. He just when you're a great player today, you just missing shots. Like, bro, that's not like Minnesota is a long team. Like Rudy Gobert got, like he said, got them long arms, bro. He gonna make it difficult. He's doing a great job on Jokic. I give him some props, and he normally does for real too. So I give him props, but I don't think it's over because Anthony Edwards is hurt. They still got Jokic. He still haven't had a good game yet outside of game 1. So let's see what happens. They play when tonight.
No. Yeah, tonight at 10:30.
Some pivotal games tonight.
And I want to do this. I'm gonna steal this from my co-prez. He did this earlier. All the games that are tonight: Detroit and Orlando, 8:00 on NBC and Peacock. OKC and Phoenix, the 9:30 game. It's gonna be. I don't know why they said. Oh, it's on a second NBC, but also that you can find that also on Peacock. And then, like I said, the Denver and Minnesota game, 10:30, NBC and Peacock. I mean, that's the one thing I do like about them moving all these games to the streaming platforms, that you can still watch it on NBC if it's there outside of Prime. Like Prime is the only one. They're like, no, you gotta come find us.
Like,
man.
Yeah, that's facts though. I like the NBC coverage though.
I like what they're doing. They bringing back the old school feel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when the 76ers was up there, you know, I feel like AI back out there, but then, you know, you see Peyton Pritchard drop 32, you like, AI not here. It's not AI. That's wrong colors. Talking about the jerseys. Hey, that was funny what he said about Reggie Miller too. Said they got a little banter back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, they say he was talking to Reggie Miller the whole time. Every time he kept yelling to the side was Reggie Miller.
Yeah. He was letting them know, like, say my name.
Yeah, I know. Kenan Clark.
Man. But I'm with you. All it takes is for Joker to have, just to get back on track just a little bit. All it takes is for Joker to have one good game, you know, to get that confidence back or get the shot back down low. And like you said, that's why I said it's not over. But you can't keep having game. You can't have a game like this one and not see a Timberwolves fan and be like, man, they done. Like we lost 2 guys and still found a way. And it wasn't like the Nuggets was just blowing them out in that game. I mean, it wasn't like the Timberwolves was just blowing them out like that one game. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a fight before the fight. So I'm just saying.
And they got hurt like close, like around halftime. They got hurt. It wasn't like it was a 4-quarter injury, bro.
Yeah, that's now I think that also changes the momentum for the Timberwolves too, though, right? Because now psychologically they played almost a full game without them. So it's like they made the in-game adjustment. but it's also could be an advantage to Denver also too, right? Because now they're like, well, they're not gonna have them to start this one. We get up 10, we can run it up. I don't know.
Yeah, it all depends on how long Ant is out. And it's crazy. Like I know Timberwolves fan gonna be like, y'all only won because if the Denver Nuggets win, I don't want to hear no Wolves fans saying y'all only won because Ant got hurt. Because don't forget last year Steph Curry got hurt when y'all played the Warriors, and he went bonkers game 1 on y'all. You know what I mean? And Jimmy Butler got exposed. Shout out to Dave's boy. But yeah. He got exposed, bro. We thought the Houston Rockets offense was ugly. That Warriors offense was worse. They were terrible.
Yeah. And now it's gonna be good to see, like I said, calling out people that stepped up, like Ayo stepped up, Jaden McDaniels has been stepping up. Now it's like, hey, Julius Randle, here you go. It's time to step up. Yeah, you see with Rudy, you got help because Rudy making sure that Joker's having a rough night. So you kind of got to help him out.
So you think OKC gonna end it tonight?
Yeah, I heard what Dylan Brooks said. It's over.
What he said at the game 3?
You heard what he said? He said he said he checking.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Come on, bro. Exactly. He said he got him.
I heard
He's
that.
efficient.
Yeah. Hey,
but I got him next game.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I like Dylan Brooks though. You see what he bring out of Shea though?
I like it. That's what I'm saying.
I want to see. You saw Shea spazzing on the sideline. I've never seen him do that. He's like, I don't need him. I don't need him. Come on, bro. Free throws is nothing, bro.
Taking him to the next level. You called it, right? I was like, Dylan Brooks is gonna be that player that's gonna agitate him so much that now it's gonna take his game to another level. Because he heard the free throw merchant jokes. He like, whatever. But now you got somebody in his face saying it over and over, and he like, and you get that.
He called him soft. He called him soft the game before that. He said he's frail.
I mean,
came out and dropped 43 on them boys. Hey, SGA was cooking, bro. He was cooking.
That OKC team, bro, they got a different type of, I want to call it pettiness, but they bring it out on the court. Like I said, they hear what you're saying and they like, all right, stop it. That's it.
Yeah, man, they're a different breed. I mean, I just know that now I think everybody feel confident that the Spurs will win this next series. You never know though, because the Timberwolves, they raise that bar up every time. Like you doubt them, they just raise it to another level. You're like, bro, like although they lost to OKC 4-1, they blew OKC out the game they won. And one game OKC won, it was like a really close game. Jerry McCain, OKC.
And then, like I said, I think this whole thing for the playoffs need to be, we ain't scared. Because that's all you've been hearing. It's like, we ain't scared of them. All the lower seeds been saying, we not scared of them.
Man, listen. All I know SGA. Listen, SGA, right? I don't know if you know this, Tomo. Do you know that in the last 16 games since March 17, SGA has only missed one shot in the fourth quarter overtime? Yeah. He only missed one shot in the last 16 games.
Sheesh.
I mean,
the fourth? In the fourth, right?
And OT. Bro, how can you not like SGA? Like, I'm telling you, bro, people that hate on SGA are haters, bro. Because when the free throw stuff comes out and then he goes out there and barely shoot free throws and cook, nobody recognizes it. Nobody says nothing. I notice things in the chat. We pull up poses. SGA this. But when he be cooking though, it be cricket. Nobody say nothing. Nobody want to put no posts. Nobody want to post his stats. None of that stuff. You know what I mean? So the man about to go back-to-back MVP. Nobody ever done this. Back-to-back MVP, back-to-back Finals MVP, back-to-back NBA champion, and he's the clutch champion too. Do you know he's the first player in NBA history to win a clutch award and MVP in the same season? I know it's only been 3 years, but talking about he's the first one to do it. And he almost got the IST tournament. He almost got that. But shout out to Wemby. He got to knock him out. If he would have got that combo, he would have real swept the whole season, bro. We're talking about the in-season tournament. Bro, nobody since Jordan went back-to-back on MVPs and Finals MVPs since Jordan, bro. Ain't nobody done it. LeBron ain't do it. Only Jordan.
He ain't have to you.
Oh, that's a good question.
He ain't have to you.
They talking about Go ahead.
I know the game's about to start. I think you about to say what
Go ahead.
you talking about him coming to DC?
Oh nah. That's
Oh,
wrong.
okay. Now you know people always put that up there. Like, so I follow this show called Locked On Wizards, and they just had a topic about it. I ain't really dive into it, but I heard they thinking like this if they blow them, if this fails, this whole Rockets project, like why not give it a shot? I'm like, do you really want to do that? Because the aftermath, like things can only go one or two ways with Kevin. Like either you gonna win a ring or you gonna get this.
I don't know. If he go to DC though, people would just be happy he's there, bro. Like if he take them to the playoffs and
I
like
give him AD. We'll give him AD for KD.
yes, I will for sure.
You give me you give me KD Trey with hold on. I gotta say Young because we got two Treys. Hold on. So you give me KD, Trey Young, Trey Johnson, Alex Sarr. But yeah, nah. That's gonna be a dangerous team in the East.
Okay,
I don't know.
I was making sure you want Peterson. Hey man, damn Peterson. Hey, y'all be looking sweet. Trey Young.
I wasn't even thinking about the draft. You see where I'm going because I know AJ already there. So, but what was you about to say?
I try to throw in Peterson. You know.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. With that lineup, I wouldn't be mad at it at that point.
But this drive is historic.
That's nothing but scorn.
But give me AJ though, the bastard. All right, let's get out of here, time over.
Yeah.
What's up, my boy?
Appreciate
All right. My last words. Hey, I'm in the chat tonight. I want to see the Pistons and Magic go at it. Carl, it's a must win for y'all, bro. I rewatched the show and you said Pistons in 5. But so did Orlando. Orlando on track. Javon says 6 games at max. So Javon said. So it'll be crazy if the Pistons come back and win the 6. But Javon says 6 game max. He said max. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see SJ sweep the Phoenix Suns. And yeah, man. The draft. I love what we did talking about the whole draft. The whole draft. You know, so we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do at the draft later on. You know what I mean? As far as episodes like that. But I love what we did, huh?
Y'all cook.
I love what we did. Like Adam Peters been doing a good job, like down the line draft picks. Woo! All right, and Nets, we got the Mets. I saw a post. It said you can buy 90 Mets and Nets tickets for the same price for a New York Knicks versus a Hawks ticket. You can buy 90 tickets for that game.
Sheesh.
Hey Carl, you sure? You sure? Because when me and AJ was on, you probably said on the show, sorry, but when me and AJ was on page, you put a comment, you said Pistons in 5. I saw it last night. I can screenshot it and send it to the chat if you want me to. But you probably clean it up and said 6 when Tay was there. But yeah, so that was my last words, y'all. No, I don't mean like that. I ain't mean like that. You know, he had some time to think about it, ponder on it. I get it. You know?
All right, my last word is gonna be quick, man. We didn't touch on it, but if the Knicks would have lost one more game, Joe, I've been killing the Knicks. I've been killing the Knicks. Shout out to PJ, man. He came in here and said, y'all sleeping on us, man. Y'all don't know what we capable of. And the Hawks have proceeded to keep the Knicks on edge every single time they touch the court. I blame the players. I told you, like, I understand Mike Brown, but you players have been together and y'all been in worse situations in the playoffs, and y'all keep allowing CJ to do. Not saying that CJ can't get a bucket, but you've been in these situations. You have to step up. Like, you have to. Outside of that, I just love seeing Stephen A. Smith almost blow a head gasket because he's talking about the Knicks, and it's like, well, you're kind of looking like a team that you clown in football all the time. Like, what can go wrong will go wrong. And we're going to see what happens after this one. But those are really just my last words. I just wanted to, like, call out the Knicks and everything that they got to say. Because, again, Trae Young is not even there, and the ghost is still hunting y'all. I thought they shot Ghostbusters in New York. But I guess not.
CJ is Trae Young reincarnated.
Bruh.
The second coming of Trae Young.
Bruh.
And also memberships. Before you get to the members, I saw ESPN when they was talking about the NFL And then he realized it changed the whole subject. Was like, I know you guys want to talk about football, but I got to talk about my Knicks. He just all spazzing about it.
I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, that sounds like me during football season. I'm like, I don't want to talk about nothing else, man. Did you see what happened, especially when they lost to the Packers? I'm like, oh, ain't no other topic. They just lost to the Packers. What's wrong with y'all? But
Football season gonna be lit this year.
man, you heard what Micah said, man. He glad he not in our division no more.
Man, you see what he doing? He causing turmoil with the Giants. I see what he trying to do.
He did the right thing.
I see what he trying to do. Shout out to him though. I ain't mad at him. But that's my hey. Keep creating bad blood between the Giants and neighbors. Cause you know where your boy really trying to go.
To Dallas. You heard what he said. He don't want to go up against Caleb Downs again. He said he was gonna go get him. You heard what he said. So that means they gotta flip. They gotta flip. GP for neighbors. I'm just saying if they want to throw it out there in New York, I'm just saying that's what y'all want to. That's what y'all want to do. Like, you know, I'm good with the young core.
They better not do that.
But then again, I can't do that because in 2 more years, Jerry not gonna pay neighbors. I'm not gonna have $240 million. It's just gonna be the same thing again now that I think about it. But outside of that, man,
he don't
since
like
Jerry who
John Harbaugh, he'll never keep a receiver, so he'll come to that.
He clearly don't like safeties either because he was right there.
I know,
He
right?
was right there. Joe, you don't know how nervous I was when he was right there. As soon as they picked the guard, I said, "Oh, it's over. We good." I was backstage like, "Thank you." So I'm not about to get up here and talk about no left guard. I'm sorry, Carl. I was not joining the draft
again, right? Like the 16th year in a row,
bruh.
Don't get me wrong. They're trying to be good guards and tackles and stuff, but
nah. But it's just a thing. And like I said, all right. Let's get out of here. Since Jerry don't want to pay wide receivers, we appreciate all that pay to keep this platform going. Shout out to all of our members, but a special shout out to our superstar members. Shout out to the newest superstar member, PJ, who came in the chat and made his presence felt in every single chat. That's how you do it as a superstar. You go in each chat and let it be known, like, hey, I'm here. Which I got to say. Shout out to Chavo, Dimitri, Big O, BWC Teddy. Teddy going crazy when the Yankees win, so make sure y'all tap into BWC Teddy. Decorius, FCC, that's football with Coach Coombs. Make sure y'all tap into him as well. Like I said on in the red corner, he might give y'all a hot take, or he might give you a take that you can drop in the barbershop and see if they go crazy as well. I mean, but at the end of the day, sometimes, but almost all the time, Coach be on point when he dropped them hot takes. That is, everything else he on point with, especially if you got a fantasy football team. Shout out to Joe for winning the Super Bowl.
Dang.
Chris, Giovanni, Donnell, RBO Vaughn. Hey Vaughn, I told you, man, I gave you the sound bite. HOA, yours is coming up next. I can't get Orlando Magic's a soundbite and not have the Pistons win again, but it's cussing in that one, so I gotta find a clean version. But I got you, Carl. I got you. Make sure y'all tap into RBO Vaughn. Shout out to Taniqua, Dave. Make sure y'all tap into Dave's Doghouse as well. Telling y'all, I don't want to be in the doghouse. That's what I'm telling y'all. Make sure y'all watch the doghouse. Y'all looking at me crazy because you don't know about the doghouse. I'm telling you, you don't want to be there. Exactly. You don't want to be there. Shout out to myself and shout out to Joe and shout out to all the people that tuned in. Hit that like button, subscribe button. We catch y'all.
And also, you mentioned Taniqua. Shout out to Vaughn and Taniqua. They will be getting married this Friday, so shout out to them. So we're not sure we're gonna do episode with you, but if we don't, next time you see us, my boy Vaughn gonna be a married man.
There we go.
Shout out to Vaughn. But that is all. Oh yeah, and BWT has an episode dropping tonight, I think, or tomorrow morning. He has an episode already recorded, ready to drop.
Yeah, the doghouse coming soon.
There it is. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all at the next episode. So stay tuned. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.